Stories on Northwestern Railway, Chapter 2, The Untold Story of Big Mev. It was a beautiful night on the island of Sodor, and all the engines, well, some engines, were gathered at Knapford Station to hear Neville's story. So, Neville, what did you gather us here for? Well, today I'm going to be telling you guys a story I bet you guys have never heard of before. There's a lot of stories that have been going around Sodor, like Uncle's story about the half engine. Well, the half engine scared me, including the fact she was the same class as me, said Stepney. And Wilbert, your story about 16? Yeah, luckily he's still around. And Dennis, your little encounter with the Marklin, that one episode of Carson's Video Workshop. Yeah, I got my fears over that. Now I'm a hard-working engine instead of being my usual lazy self. But this story will probably shake your body off your chassis. Murdoch laughed. Oh, that's funny. How could you ever scare the great, proud Murdoch? So, you're just like Gordon, huh? Not scared of anything. I bet this story can even shake Gordon off his chassis. Now, let's begin the untold story of Big Mev. Alright, just one question. Who exactly is Big Mev? Well, Big Mev was one of my siblings or cousins on my other railway. Now, let's get on to the story, shall we? Now, this story takes place somewhere back in September of 1942, where me and my cousin or sibling were built. After a pair of yard sheds, there was a yellow tender being hanged by a breakdown train crane. The tender was put on the ground and the engine coupled up to its tender. And Big Mev was ready to go. Big Mev's first job was an express train. It was his trial run, so a tank engine that had been on the railway had to carry him along. But something unsettled the tank engine. The smile on Big Mev's face creaked off the engine. Thinking Big Mev's only expression was just happy. The tank engine soon coupled up to Big Mev. Alright, big guy, let's get going. As they started, the tank engine thought about it. The journey was going good. Still, the tank engine still thought about Big Mev's creepy smile. And soon the two engines made it to the next station. They dropped off all their passengers and new passengers climbed in for the next station. They were about to take off when... Hey, big guy, do you have your brakes on or something? We need to get going to the next station. His eyes were closed. Sure thing, said Big Mev. The tank engine was even more unsettled. But they continued the journey. Soon they were approaching the next station. But the train's gotta go faster. Hey, big guy, what's going on there? exciting, and Big Mev pushed the tank engine. Hey, what was that for? And why did you uncouple from me? We're supposed to be finishing this train. But Big Mev was going to end the train in a different way. He gained up speed and had the E2 watch the horror of Untold. The E2 was horrified. Big Mev had plunged himself down into the water. Luckily, the passengers stayed on the tracks. What the heck? I knew that smile was suspicious. They lifted Big Mev out the water, and the controller was there on board the works union coach. I say, I've never seen an engine do this before. Trying to end their own lives and the passengers' lives. Big Mev just stared. You've caused confusion and delay on my railway. Then, the controller came up to the E2. Jack, I'll have you take Big Mev to the scrapyard. I won't have any engines on my railway doing something like this again. Yes, sir. Oh, and also, something to add on to, Big Mev, that's what they call him? He was a creepy engine. I mean, yeah, he looked regular, the same class as his brother, Neville. But that creepy smile, it just unsettled me when I first saw him. Well, don't worry, Jack. You won't have to deal with that anymore, said the controller. Now, you must get going. Alright. So, Jack, it's Jack, alright? Said Jack. What do you want, big guy? So, where are you taking me? Nothing personal, really. They passed through a small station that was close to a big station. But they never came out the other side. At the sheds, Bluebell, number 27. She saw them go through the little tunnel, and she never saw them come out. Huh, that's strange. And the next thing Bluebell saw shot her for life. Hey, Jack, are you okay? Bluebell let out a huge scream. Right next to her was Jack, but not in the form he expected him to be in. Broken bumpers and debris all over him. A little smile, and his eyes sunk into his face. It was like his eyes were melting, and his number was gone. Jack, what happened to you? Everyone wondered why he was smiling. Only to be a smile by Big Mev. And that was the story of Big Mev. The whole shed was shocked. Neville, that was some great storytelling skills, stuttered Wilbert. It really was. And plus, to make things even crazier, this was actually a real story. And Jack, he was actually one of Thomas's, I think, siblings that came to the LBS railway a few years after the incident. He told me about the story a while back. I was pretty devastated, but now I don't worry about it. And now it's Ciel's turn to be traumatized. Not trying to be mean too, though. And to make this moment funnier, Murdoch's scared too. What happened to being the proud and great Murdoch, huh? Oh, Stepney, shut up. I wasn't scared. I wasn't even scared the whole story. But what happened after I finished the story? You looked all shocked. Oh, forget it. I guess you weren't so proud and great after all, Murdoch.
Molly.
Oh, look, I'm only smiling like Big Mev. Everyone had a good laugh in the end. All except Murdoch, who was still embarrassed. In the end, everyone had gone asleep, except for Neville. Soon his driver spoke. Come on, Neville, we gotta pull our night train tonight. Alright. And with that, Neville puffed off.